I'm pretty sure you've been seeing me use the Telegram module in a couple of videos back, and you're wondering how exactly I connected it. So I believe I've not made a very detailed video or explanation, or probably breakthrough on how I or breakdown via how I really connect the Telegram module to my Telegram account. So I'm going to do that. I'm also going to show you a full two-way control. This one, unlike the module you see on the native module you see on make.com, what I'm going to show you is a way to actually walk through a full two-way control of Telegram using the API bot itself. So it's not something you are going to just see natively, or this is not something possible using the native module that you see. If you are watching this for the first time, this is the day 34 of the 60-day series where I break down the 5 layers of AI, starting from prompt engineering, AI automation, AI agents, to even building agentic AI systems. And I believe that if I can use this to actually make money building for businesses, aside from myself, building for companies, you could also do the same thing if I show you the process I use and just explain every single thing that I know about this entire topic. So yeah, and one thing I also do to make this easier to understand is I believe everyone needs something like a breakdown of sorts, and that's why I decide to always make a resource guide, and that is what I have here, where I talk about the core things that you need to know about each day on each topic. And I also use this as a way to not forget anything I am meant to actually teach you guys or probably show you around. So yeah, so let's get into it. So anyway, we built a couple of scenarios where we added the Telegram module, but not too much. I believe we only built like 2 or 3 or something. So the one job this has, let me show you an example here. The one job this has always have is to send an email. The one job this has always has is to send a message. I mean, you could also do other things using the Telegram module, but the one this has here is to send a message to the bots. And basically there are a lot of things that you can do on Telegram that you could use this bot, or you could use an automation to also do. An example is this sending a message, right? You can send a message, send a text message or reply. You could also, there are just a bunch of things. Send a text message, delete a text message, forward a message, delete, pin, send an audio file, send a document, send an album, a media group, 2 or more pictures, right? Or videos. Send a picture, send a sticker, send a video note, a very short video, probably about 10 seconds or something. Send a voice message, send an invoice. This is quite surprising. Do you know why? Because this is the first time I'm saying this. I don't think I've really gone down. I have, probably I skipped it. Okay, edit a message caption, I don't know. I download a file. Yes, I've definitely used this most of the time. You can actually download files. This is crazy. So Telegram can be used for a lot of things. Also, these messages you are sending is not just private messages. You can also do this inside channels. You can do it inside channels, inside groups. So there are lots of things you can actually do around this. Anyway, let's make this more interesting by starting with the connection. So we're going to make our Telegram connection, our first connection here. If you've not created a Telegram bot before, I want you to search online for botfather for Telegram. You can just type in botfather, anyone. So if you're using your PC, you can do this, and just this will redirect you to your Telegram. And you can also do another thing, which is you go right here. You can also do another thing, which is you go right here and you use this botfather. So you see botfather here, you can click on this. you can actually click on this. You can actually click on this and you'll be directed. Let me use this. So you use this, then you click on it, you'll be directed towards a bot further here. Now you can see I've done a lot of things here, but that's not the concern anyway. The thing you can do, I'm choosing from this list. No, I need to create a new bot. This is how you create a new bot. You use the slash. If you're using your phone as well, you can do the same thing. Slash new bots. When you click on this, alright, a new bot. What are we going to call it? Let's give it a name. Let's call it a web tele. A web tele bot. Alright, a web tele bot. Alright, so let's use the web tele bot again. Thank God, no one has that. So you can only you can have that unique name actually. So web telebot. Now one thing you're going to say is, you can see this, use this token to access the HTTP API. So what you are seeing here, they've literally told us you can use this. This is your token. This you can use it to what? To connect with this Telegram account. You can connect your Telegram account to this. That account will only have what? Access to that particular bot. Only have access to this bot. This one here. Let's go into the bot now. This is the bot. So you click on start. And it's not going to do anything. It's a bot you created, but you've not configured anything, right? So you can also access what? This key. You can access it anytime. I just copied it. You can click on it to copy. And let's just make a connection. Right, Telegram. My God, I picked that very fast. Okay, so let's use send out, let's use this. So we've done this before, we've made a very small connection before, but we didn't go as detailed as that. So we're going to name this. Okay, I have this copied here, so let me paste this. That's the key. Let's call this web telebots as well, so we get to know that this was what we created for it. So yes, and guess what, that bot has been added. That's what we have here. So this is very straightforward, and this is how to connect it to the native emoji on make.com. Now this time around, I have something put together. While we've done this, we've been able to set up our bot, right? Yes, we finally have something. Let us send a message. So this time around, we're not even going to use this. We're not going to use this view. We're going to use another emoji to send a message. Let's see. We're going to use Telegram as well, right? But when I say send a message, I want us to receive a message from it. So I'm going to go to where it looks like, it feels like I'm using a webhook. This is how to get a webhook. Telegram. So I'm going to also make a connection to any one of them. I'm going to make a connection here. So one thing you see here, you see web telebot here, right? You can also tell it this is web telebot. Okay, sorry. Web telebot. Okay, so what we have here, it will save this. So what we're going to do now, okay, let's save this and let's do this. So now we have this here. This is what we're going to run. But we need to send a message first. So let's go back to web telebot and say hi. So with the hi we just made, where you can run this and it's going to get it. You see, it got it just now, and we're able to see the what? We're able to see the ID, the various things here. So this is the chat ID, this is the ID, this is the ID, and this is what we're going to be using from. So we have to be sending it back to ourselves right from there. So yeah, that is that. So So in any case where we want to send a message to ourselves, we can say this chat ID. We're sending it back to this person or back to this place, and we say, hey, what's up? This is not using AI. I'm the one just replying myself with this, but I wanted to see how it works very quick before we go into what crazy mode. Alright, so it's saved now. Alright, so let's go down. Okay, so I'm going to say what's up again. Hi man, oh hey man, and we have this going. I think it already ran at the background. That's why it's waiting for more. So let us just send one more. Yeah, you already replied with what's up. Hey, what's up? Yeah, I mean, what happened just now is basically what I added here. So you can imagine adding an AI right in between, and you map this in. It's going to be very good. Anyway, now let's go into the what? Let's go into the two-way version where I wanted to explain to you guys. This is going to be very quick because I believe that's not supposed to take too long. One thing I'm going to first address is that we're going to be using what the HTTP module this time around. We're not going to be using this native module that we've always seen here. We're going to be using the HTTP module. So what we're going to do this time around, you see how this works. Now, the format we've always done and that we've always used has been using this. We're going to be using the base URL, right? Then we're going to be using an header parameter or a query parameter. We have an endpoint, and we have probably another version. What I mean by another version is another authentication type, which can be an X API key header. We can also have a basic authentication, right? But this time around, when it comes to this Telegram, we don't need all those things. You can just you can go right here and use your HTTP, make a request, and right from the start, just add what you see here. Let's add this. Now, the method name now depends. There's something about this method name. It's a bit different from every other thing we've been working on as well. One thing you can check again, check Telegram documentation. You'll be able to see every single thing I'm talking about. It's not that I have it all in my head. I have to read through, check, and see what is going on there to be able to use this. So now what we have here, these are the endpoints. What I mean by endpoints is this endpoint is the URL, is the like slash URL right after the base URL. The endpoint is a slash right after the base URL. So it's like you're having a page or you're having a house, but there are different doors inside, right? So the endpoint is going to lead somewhere. Anyway, let me just show you an example. There's various endpoints here. Most of here is get and post. No, I believe that there are more than this, but I put this together because I believe that I can just show you around 6 of them here and use it because these 6 are very. We can use it like generally across many things we want to work on. So here are the uses and here are what the things do. Here are what the endpoints do. The slash get me, what this means here is that you're going to add a slash get me here. Slash get me right behind it. You have to add a slash get me. So for send message slash send message, right? So that's how this works. So what we're going to do now is copy this. We actually copied that. Yes, and the method name is basically what I've shown you. So the slash gets me, which tests the token and returns bot information. This time around, there are some cases where we cannot even do this. When it comes to doing this, before I'm able to get the bot info, I must connect this and send a message to myself. But this time around, I can actually work around it. The first thing I need to add here is a token. So one thing I need you to see here is what we need to add a token right in between these curly braces. So let's go back there and add a token. Let's copy this and go here, then add a token right inside. So we have this token now, and we have a missing curly braces. Alright, so we have slash method name. We could use a what? Get me. So you can see it here. This is how it is. Slash get me, and we save this. We actually don't need any authentication type, so to save this, emoji isn't connected to the flow, yeah, blah blah blah. We do know that, and let's do this. Yes, thank you very much. So we have this saved, and we can run this alone now. So when you see this gave us an error. I knew it was going to give us an error. Not found, blah blah blah. I believe I made a mistake somewhere. So use the right bot token in the get me part. Says I did not use the right bot token. So couldn't reach Telegram from this module. I probably made a mistake, or did I? Not make a mistake. Oh, so if you want to guess why this actually gave us an error, it's very simple. Our token was actually correct. Very honest, it was correct. But when we look at this, we have an issue probably coming from what we added there. So I want you to see this. Yes, so our issue is very clear. The curly braces we added, I mean, who has the curly braces while you want to access a link, right? It's more like a link, it's like a URL, right? So why you had the curly braces, what's it doing there? So what we have here now, we call it a bot. This is bot, so like you're saying I am bot 016, bot 146 or something. So this is bot this, and we save this. So let's save this, and we're going to see this works this time around. So yes, now we can see we have it in, and you can see the data we have. What this does is going to return what every single thing about that, but this is something your normal module is not going to do. It's not going to what just do this particular thing. You have to what probably send a message or receive a message in before you can get probably the ID of what of the same bot. It's very hard, seriously. Anyway, so what we have here, you can see you just have a lot of things basically. So but this means that what there's a way we can work around this HTTP module for Telegram, that we can what do it, we can actually tweak it more than what we do have currently in place. The other thing I'm going to explain real quick, this is to send a message to a chat, this is to post. So I mean, you do remember the difference between the get and the post. The get, basically is asking for data, right? It's requesting for data. The post is sending out data. So when we want to send a message, we can use this. If we want to set a webhook, we could actually use this. There are various things we could do. Now for sending a message, this is what we're going to do. Just a slash what? A slash send message here. And this time around, remember, it's a post, so we do need a body. And that's where in your body, we have to have a JSON which states exactly what the message is meant to be. Now the thing is that it's also going to have a chat ID. That means it needs to know where it's sending the message to. What I mean is this. You have this in place. Remember, this is to send a message. It's asking for a chat ID here. I told you guys that these modules that you see are they're just more like glorified HTTP modules. They're just what visually more appealing, and they work specifically for just that platform because they'll be built at the back end with the headers and the necessary things to ensure it works for just that service. So whatever you are doing with your HTTP module, you are literally creating any service on your own. You are doing it from scratch. The only thing is that if you could actually change the logo, that would have been your way out. But to do that, you have to you have to be the developer to create this entire thing. And I believe it's not really crazy now, especially in the age of AI that we are now. With AI, anyone can be a developer and create a community native for any service that they can't find here. And I believe that's going to help
I believe that helps the community, because I have seen some community created apps before. An example is the one from Amazon. It's not from Amazon itself. This, wait a minute, this was created by the community. You can see it here. So apps that are created by community, by make users, rather than the platform itself. So you can know the difference with this. You can see it. So let me quickly show you. That's what you've not noticed, maybe. You can see this is verified. This was created and reviewed by, this was created by Telegram itself, or from them themselves, and you can see it. So every single thing you see here, you get to know the difference. Anyway, now the main thing I'm trying to say now is that if we are going to do this for a post instead, what we do is TCP as well to make a request. Then going to create something similar here, and copy and paste here. So with this we can say set message. Alright, so and we make this a post and give this a body type, strings, and we give this what we have here already, this content here. So this content here, and this is where we need our chat ID now. We need our chat ID. That's the chat that we had at that moment, or where you are trying to send the message to, which is the bot you are receiving it from. That's where you use this, and your message here, and this is where you tell, yo man, what you doing? Don't mind me. What are you doing? What are you doing? And the pass mode HTML, save. Okay, authentication and body structure must not be. Yes, I believe I forgot that. Okay. So what we are left with is this. Then we can initiate this, right? So let's see, right here we have this, and we can initiate this by running this emoji. Okay, so we have an error again. Why do we have an error? Still have an error. We need to check this. Set message. Okay, so what I said, send, set webhook, send, my god, send. I was ready to set a webhook. So guys, let's run this. This is working this time around. And we just sent a yo man or some other thing. Yo man, what are you doing? So you can see this, and let's see the output data. Okay, true. I mean, obviously status code 200, and from, and this, we can see anything. We can manipulate anything. We can walk across anything. So this case now, what I've been doing all this while, if you really think about it, I've been empowering you more to use HTTP modules over even the normal modules. Though these are very convenient. To be honest, they are convenient. You don't need to go too far on this. But when you know that you have some more things to do, or you have more ideas, you probably want to connect to another service, an outside service that they don't have a native module, obviously, on make.com or anything the likes. One thing in what? Get used to the HTTP module. It is very, very interesting, and it makes a lot of work more flexible, like I said. So that is that for sending message. And what we're going to be seeing now in many cases, or in any case where you want to format tags, this is what we see. These are examples. Since we're going to be using HTTP for passing as well, we need to if you know this, I mean, these are just easy things, right? So if you know this, you are able to text long messages. What I mean here is, while we have this right inside, while we have this right inside, you could what do more things. If you're having a sentence or a very long thing, so you can now you have many more, like slash n, and many more things where you can just put in place and all. So you can make some bold, some click, and the rest. An example is this: yo man. So let's just do this. Let's do this. B. Alright. So you can see what we have here. That's exactly what we're doing there. So an error. This. Let's make this, and let's run this again. Yep. Let's see what happens. Yo man, you can see this is actually bolding. I don't know if you guys can see it very well. It's actually bolding like this. So anyway, you could walk around all this. It is very, very, very interesting. Now we're going to go into one of the things we want to do today, and that is to upgrade, or more like replace, the error alert that we created on day 20. So we're going to work on that now. Let us bring this back. Bring it back. Thank you very much. We really appreciate this. We really appreciate this. Let's copy this. Copy to clipboard. And let's go in somewhere else. Wait, so I believe it's still the same place though. You can still use that here since we have the Telegram here. Sorry. I had no idea we're actually using the same place. So this is what billing and urgent issue. So here is what we can use to actually replace it. Since we are replacing this, your chat ID, this is the text is going to send. Now what this is basically explaining here is simple. If we have any error come up, ever, I actually have any error come up, we can use this rather than a plain text using what's it called, rather than a plain text where we might have to use something like this. We could actually go deeper, add a text, probably one of the texts that this person, if you do remember what this is, or if you don't remember rather, let me just bring it back. That is a tally and dashboard. So this live support ticket form, we had a couple of things here, right? Let's edit, and you're going to see and describe your issue. So if in any case the issue was like something like let's say a feature issue or a technical issue, and in this case you work with a team or a bunch of people, and this is one of the ways that you can use to reach out urgently to these your team members or an agency you work with, or they work with you, they can decide to actually use this when you are the one receiving it instead. So anyway, they could pick issue, right? Technical issue, then they describe their situation here. So let us see this. Let's see this. Let us preview or share. So what we're going to do now is going to copy this and paste this. Okay, we actually made a mistake just now. I'm going to copy this and paste this. I'm going to copy this back. No, we can't copy this back. Alright, so we're going to let's request category. That's a technical issue. Then you can pick whichever one is very urgent and you describe your issue. Now whatever you describe here is obviously what is passing through here, and based on whatever it is, it's going to be sent here. Remember this text where this is the issue, this is what is going on, and it's very simple. So we have to address this. Well, basically what we're working on. So we have it back here, thank God. So what this is just basically saying is that rather than what we have here, we can set it to something like this instead. So what I mean is that we are going to have to bring this. We're going to have to bring this here. There she go. Please, thank you. So that's what we're seeing here now. And on link, everything's going to be connected here. Nope, thank you. On link, I call here instead. And okay, and I don't know, around no problem. Alright, so whatever we're having here in the first place, we're trying to rebuild every single thing here instead. We have this already in place and it says sends message, and what we're going to do now instead here is we're going to add whatever sheet we have here. So that is the issue and the customer submission preview, created ads, anything here. We're going to replace it with what we have here. Let's just replace it with this. We'll replace it with this, and we're going to, we are going to, let's see, blah blah blah. You see, every single thing I'm adding in now, I've already included all the HTML tags there. You don't have to, stress yourself going so much. So scenario name is not actually what we're doing. It's not what we're meant to do. Let's see every single thing we added here. So data submission preview URL. Okay. So that is where we use data submission preview URL. Okay. And we have some error message. You could actually pick from here. How urgent, describe your issue. The code, describe your issue. This is emoji. This is where we use what how urgent. Says this and the scenario name. Rather than scenario name, we say what request category. Then the emoji how urgent. This. Alright, so the next one we do have here is error. It says error, right? Describe your issue. So what we have here now is complete. I believe it is. So code, this is for code, while we don't actually need this. And yeah, we're good to go. We're actually good to go. This is same code somewhere else. Okay, execution ID. We don't need this. We don't actually need all this. Alright, so we have this saved, and if we run this alone, we'll be able to get whatever support ticket, anything that we add here. I having a bad scenario on my visitor assistant. Alright, so if we submit this, we're going to see what's up from there. And yeah, we have one more thing we almost missed. That is, this is what we said here actually. Once again, it's for billing, right? You guys can see it again. Billing and urgent issues. So whatever we have here, we need to ensure that what is billing and urgent issues. So this is billing equals to urgent. This equals to urgent. And whatever is coming from here, request category, how urgent, and what? Billing. This is for billing, and this says field by request category, gift by ID. Okay, so request category, that says this instead. So we have what we had here as well. That is billing and urgent. Billing and urgent. Yeah, I believe we're correct. Request category fields and me as well. Okay, so we have this in place back, and these ones on link and on link. Why am I doing this? I'm connecting it all back. This is the second, the third, and this is our fallback. Which is our fallback. So we have all this in place, and if we run this now and we also do this, we're going to see it work in real time. So let's finally test this. Let's run once. Yes, that's working, and let's see which one picked up. So it picked up technical issue. So that means what we've been setting up all this while, as we set up for billing, but we actually ran for technical issue, right? So this is the mistake we'll be making sense. This is very funny. Anyway, this, in case of a technical issue, we're meant to set it in instead. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to change this to technical issue and change this to technical issue. Technical issue, and this is going to be for, this is general billing issue, so this is going to be for billing. Okay, we were using Slack before. No, Slack is also still good for billing. So billing issue for Slack. We have technical issue for Telegram. So yeah, so let's run this again and see what's up with this. And let's run once again, and this time around we're going to see that it actually went through here instead. You guys see what's up now, but we have an issue. Data could not be processed. Why? There's something wrong once again, and it's wrong right from here. Send, that's correct. So where did we miss it? What exactly happened? I have a feeling it's from this. So let's save this and let's check this. Bad request, chat not found. Why was the chat not found? This entire thing says it was not found. That is very, very, very surprising, because that is what we have here already. Okay, so let's check back again and see what's up. So we have this correct. Chat should be found. We can say hey. We can say hey. It's not going to respond to us, and it shouldn't, because we've removed what we're supposed to respond somewhere here. So I believe what is not found is the ID. Yes, exactly. So this was what we were missing. You can see, this is one of the reasons why we all need to be careful in whatever we're doing. We really need to be careful. We need to ensure that whatever we're doing, we're setting everything up right. So what we have here, send it back and give it a chat ID instead. So we're going to run this again. Run once. So it works now. And it went through. And well, we don't really need this since the main explanation is on this, right? So what we have here, you can see it went through. Let's see how. Yes, see, it looks what structured, every single one of them, every single thing, and it's even saying the time. I'm recording this by 11:55 p.m. The ID, I did not add that. I'm having bad scenario on my digital assistant. So you could imagine you having this and you make it available for your clients, or you make it available for the agencies or people you work with, and they're able to log in issues at any point, at any time. This is very important because I believe that this is a way to reach out to you as fast as possible. So you can use it for yourself, you can use this for teams, you can even build this for startup teams as well. And like I said, you can use it for yourself as well. I mean, any client can reach out to you using this. They don't have to message you, they just have to tell you when something is urgent or not. I remember there was someone that did this business model, but this person did not use a Telegram. This person used a web platform of sorts where you can only email him of problems, and it's going to solve them. And I remember this person was making $1 million a month. I saw this video somewhere, I can't really remember, but someone was talking about him, and every single detail, this person just as an email, reach out to him with the problems that you have. But before you can do that, you have to pay the monthly, I believe that was like $5,000 or something. And that business model is actually interesting. It's very nice. It feels similar to what I'm doing here, which is basically showing that there's a support ticket or there's a ticket, reach out based on the issue that you're having. My issue is technical, general inquiry, and based on this I could set different parts for them, and different parts are comfortable for me. So if it's technical issue, I'm going to know where this is coming from, who it is coming from. So if I'm going to set in a name, or probably the name or the email of the client, I'm going to add email or name field, so I get to know that this is coming from this client, so I need to check their scenario immediately. You can see we're working around this. Every single thing, once again, is working in our own favor. Now the next thing I'm going to show you is how to register a webhook, a one-time setup for this. What you are meant to do in this case, you can see this HTTP API and this. The only difference is set webhook, and it's also a post as well. And this is where to set this webhook, you need to create a webhook. You need to create a webhook and paste it right inside. So hold on, let me just show you. To move a webhook, you can do this. Anyway, let us have this together. So what this is basically saying, it's actually very simple. You could do something like, let's see, you could do something like this. So you create this webhooks, custom webhook, right? And you have like support tickets. Webhook was inactive for and therefore was removed. That's very serious. That's very, very, very serious. The same thing here. Okay, so we have test web. So we have this, right? This is our webhook URL. We're going to save it here for now. Let's save it here. So we have that there. And the next thing that we're going to do is create or have something like this as well. Clone, and we're going to bring the clone here. You don't need to connect it, it's not needed. So let's just leave this and enter and set this as set webhook. So we need to ensure that whatever we're doing is correct. Set webhook, post, and here's the body. This body is going to be having something like this. And we're going to have to add the webhook ID here. So whatever we got here, we need to go back and copy everything, then we paste it here instead. So everything is there. Allowed updates, message. So that is every single thing. That's everything we need. Let's see, and let's run this. When we run this webhook, okay, and yes, there's a way you can set the webhook, and there's also a way you can also get the webhook information, which is this. Verify if it works by pasting it on your browser. Let us try this first, then we now do this. Let me fill in this so that whatever we have, let's do this. So yes, so we have this in place now. So we can just verify this while we set this together here. So let's run this alone. Save. Okay, if we make a mistake, it's not connected. Yes, so that is what we're going to run now. Run this, then it went through, right? And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come back here. We already set the webhook. It's not showing anything since we're not posting anything. We're going to come here and check for the info. So this is how to confirm what's up. Let's confirm from here. So okay, true, results, blah blah blah, ask custom this, last error this, and message. Yes, it worked. So yes, it is true, and it has finally worked. Now we've set a webhook. That means we're able to what? We're able to send message or receive message immediately from here. Let us try that. We might need to run this let's set an Okay, so let's see what's up from here, and let's run this. Hi, and we're running this, and it's going to pick in. Currently running. Okay, that is not working at the moment. Webhook is already set either this. So this is a way basically that we can also this is a way response shows this blah blah blah. To remove the webhook reverts to polling, you post to this with empty body instead. So this is how to remove the webhook you just set as well. In any case where you feel like okay, believe that we need to remove this, so just use this instead. That's delete webhook, then an empty body that you have nothing here, and you save this. Okay, sorry, I believe I'm missing something out. Post with an empty body. Post with an empty body. With an empty body. That is posting with an empty body, and we're running this, and what you see here now is that we've been able to webhook was deleted. So if we run this again, let's see what's up from here. Get webhook info, we see certification field, blah 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 blah, field. So webhook has been deleted. So this is how to work around all those things. This is how the payload looks like. I believe I don't have to show all this, because I mean we can literally see every single one of them. This is how it looks like. These are the kind of results it gets in, and we also use it here. You've seen the results it gets in. So all this is just explanation on how it looks like. And there are various variable parts, which is there are also some parts that when you use it to send messages, you can also use it to highlight a couple of things. If you send or receive a message, you could get a couple of responses. An example is what you used to notice as the chat ID. This is what we've been having before. The status, that's the condition of the message, and this is the name, the username of the person, and the date it was sent. Every single thing, every single one of it will be sent here. So the next thing is using this to build. Now one thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to leave this at this point to you guys, though this is a bit late, but I'm going to leave it to you guys because I want you guys to work on this and use this to build the full structure that we have here. So every single thing you see here, the first method you're meant to do is custom webhook trigger. That's the URL registered with set webhook. Whatever we have here, when you set this webhook, when you set it using this, you're able to use this webhook directly. You're able to use it for anything you want to do. So this is how to basically connect your webhook on Telegram. You have this set in place. So far you've set the webhook, you can bring this back here instead, and it's going to be receiving whatever information is meant to receive. So that is when you set the webhook. I've deleted it now. So you work on that, then you build these two parts. I want to see your results in the community, especially in the community, and this Notion database item. One thing I'm trying to do now for today is because I believe that you guys should be able to build things for yourself, right? So I want you guys to try this out, even without me showing you, because I believe I've already shown you the intro. So how do you yourself build this thing out? That is the thing I'm waiting for. So once I get everybody's inputs, I believe I should be able to make a separate video where I show you how I'm going to build this on my own. Or we could grade someone's video and say this is how I'm going to build my own as well. So yeah, that is for that. So when it comes to verifying that's for security. When it comes to verifying who sent this for admin button, you remember I told you that you could connect this not just to your personal bot, you could connect this even to groups, to channels, and the rest. So there has to be a form of verification that whatever message is coming in is coming from the right person. There are filter conditions we can set in place. All these filters, remember, they are meant to ensure that whatever we are bringing in, under just a couple of milliseconds, we're able to know if we're letting it through or not. So if a message is coming from a member of a group and it's sending in, that filter stops whatever is sending and only limited to the admin of the group. Because we're going to get something like this. We're going to get something like admin. We're going to see it. We know it's coming from the admin or not. If it's coming from an admin, it's going to say true. If it's not coming, false, obviously. So today's task, once again, just do this, set this, build build every single thing I have here. Just build this part. The first module, the second module, which has routers. I want to see you guys work with routers, and the status as well. That's the for the part 1. And you see the third module, fourth module. This is the part 2. What I'm basically saying is that you build this, which is a custom webhook, obviously. Then you set this in place so that this custom webhook can work. You set this, then you bring this back here. So this is what you'll be receiving responses from instead of this. So if you want to change it back to polling, that's when you bring it back here, and you change it back to whatever you want to change it to. So when it's here, what you're connecting it to is probably something like this. So but this time around you're having two parts instead. The first one is is the status, the other one is the help. So whatever is coming from this one equals status, whatever is coming from this one equals help. And this part 1, the status, is connected to 2 modules right behind it, which is the third module, Notion database item, and the fourth module, which is an HTTP as well, to send a Telegram message. The second part from the router, remember there's also a fallback as well, any other text. The second part from the router is directed to 2 HTTP, one HTTP send a message module, and the other one, another one, which is the fallback, the HTTP Telegram send a message module as well. So, and finally we get to the security, to ensuring that whatever we're getting is coming from the right source. So I want you guys to put all these things together, and I want to see this. I want to see what you guys can come up with this. So once again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed the intro. I have to do this because I believe that I have not shown you the power of Telegram, and I've also not shown you the power of using HTTP module with Telegram as well. So yeah, that's what we have here. There's still a couple of things I would love to see you guys bring something new, things I probably did not touch or things I did not mention. Bring it in. Let's see how that works, and we're going to learn together in the community. Alright guys, so we're going to see in day 35.